Hi there, it's Karen at Corrie Paper Crafts, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Thanks for dropping in again today. And today I'm taking part in a video hop. It's the Pootlers Team video hop, and our theme this time is Sale-A-Bration. So I've made these using Sale-A-Bration products, and they're actually the little gifts that I popped in with my catalogues that I sent to my customers at the end of December. So I'm going to show you what's inside them, and then I'm going to show you how I made them. They're really quick and easy to make. So inside are a couple of tea bags and a coffee bag. They're very inexpensive, but I always worry that I send coffee to someone who only drinks tea, or that I send tea to someone who only drinks coffee. So I've tried to cover all eventualities there, and I've included a fruit tea bag in here as well. So the products that I've used that are from Sale-A-Bration are the paper and the stamp setting. I'm going to cover that bit up because I've splashed it when I sprayed my Stampin' mist on my Stampin' scrub, and you maybe can't see that, but I certainly can. So the paper and stamp set go together. You will find them on page 12 of the Sale-A-Bration catalogue. It's the Friendly Hello stamp set and the Friendly Hello designer series paper, which are just lovely. They come together as one item, so these are what you can choose for a £90 spend during Sale-A-Bration. So I'm going to tell you what I used on these. To decorate these, I've used the faux sea glass shapes, I think that's what they're called, and I did have them beside me, and I've moved them so I can't lay my hands on them right now. And on this one I've used a polished dot, which is also an item in the new catalogue, which I'll show you when I come to it. So I'm going to get on and show you how I made it. This one is using a soft succulent base for the card, and this one is petal pink, and these are both colours, as you can see, that are in that designer series paper. So I'm going to move those over to the side for a minute, and I'm going to get out the bits that we need to make the next one. So I'm making this one this time using Fresh Freesia piece of cardstock and the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon. This is one of our 21 to 23 in colours, and I've used the stitched rectangle dies to cut out the sentiment, which I have done in advance because my table is a bit wobbly. So just before we do start, I'll show you these, the rectangle stitched dies, which have got lots and lots of different shapes and sizes, and it's this one here, so it's the second one from smallest in this largest selection here. So what you are going to need is a piece of cardstock which measures 6.5 inches by 5 inches, and I'll put the metric measurements in the description bar below, but I'm just working in inches while I make this project. And a piece of designer series paper which measures 2 7/8 inches by 4 7/8, and I cut out 2 because I wasn't sure which I wanted to use, and I think I'm going to go with this one. I like the bird on here, and I liked it on the soft succulent, but I think looking at the two, I prefer this piece here, so that's what we're going to go with. Here are my faux glass shapes. There we go, if you can see those, they're really pretty. So those are in the new January to June mini catalogue as well. So first of all, we need to do a little bit of scoring, so I'm going to grab my scoring tool. No, I'm not. First of all, I'm going to let you see the rest of these papers, which I haven't done. So these are just lovely double-sided papers, as you would expect, and I'll tell you what all the colours are just in a second. Granny apple green for sure, and I've got my eye on that for making something with it. Just gorgeous, gorgeous papers. There we go, granny apple green on the main side of that sheet as well. Lovely stripes and some little dots. So beautiful paper, normal 12 by 12 size, normal DSP quality. There's nothing any different about that. So that's the papers, and the colours that this paper has is basic black, fresh freesia, granny apple green, petal pink, pool party and shaded spruce. So now I will grab my scoreboard and negotiate it in underneath the tripod, hopefully not bashing the tripod at the same time. So as I say, your cardstock is 6.5 inches by 5 inches, and on the 6.5 inch side we want to score at 3 inches on each side, so just completely turn it round and score at 3 inches again. And that just means that these panels here are exactly the same size, so if my measurements are slightly out, it doesn't matter if this little bit in the middle is slightly different. Or if you prefer, score it at 3 and 3.5. Doesn't really make a lot of difference. That's just the way I choose to do it. Oh, and I still need my scoreboard actually, because I don't know if you can see, but on the designer series paper I've just put some scores round the edge just to add a little bit of detail. So that's what we're going to do with the paper here just now. And I'm using the thick end of my ball tool because I don't want to tear it if I use the thin end. So I'm just going to score on all 4 sides at 1/8 and 1/4, and I'm just going to keep going round and do that on each side, just making sure that I keep it in the corner and that I don't let it move as I score. Last side, 1/8 and 1/4. You can, if you want, go to the other end and just score at 1/8 and then 1/4 away from the end, but if you want the exact measurements, I would say just do it at 1/8 and 1/4, although it's a bit tricky to hold on to. It does curl a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to glue it down anyway. So fold and burnish on the score lines, easy peasy to make. There we are. And then I'm just going to decide I want to use that as the front edge because it's got a little mark, just a blemish in the cardstock, but the DSP will hide it. So I'm just going to grab my glue. I'm not sure how much is in here, so hopefully, oh yeah, plenty. Oh gosh, it's actually been sitting in a tub on the window ledge, and we've got some rare sunshine here today, so it's I think it's heated up and gone a bit runny, so we'll just make sure that, oh come on, we don't squish that out, but I do want enough to hold those scored edges down without squishing out. I'm just going to bring that round a bit. There we go. I think that's fit for the bin now, and I'm just going to lay this down. If you've got a directional pattern, just pay attention to that because you want the paper the right way around, obviously. Don't think it hugely matters with this, but I do see that the flowers are kind of going up the way, so I'll put it on that way. And then I'm just going to make sure that I've got an even border all the way round. I'm happy enough with that, and then I'm just going to gently press down round the edges because I don't want to undo my score lines, but I'll give it a good press down in the middle on the back side and then just gently press there. Now if you've got any ridges from where you've cut your paper, just take your paper folder or your bone folder along the edges, and there we are. Okay, so next thing what I want to do is I want to put a piece of ribbon on. Now I've just held it down with a piece of tearing tape on the spine here. You can't really see it through the ribbon, and whoever the recipient is very unlikely to notice, and you just need a tiny little bit. So if I grab my ribbon, one piece of tape will be enough for that. So I just want enough to fit in between those two score lines, so just enough to hold the ribbon in place. And I'm just going to eyeball roughly where the middle is, which I think is about there. There we are. And then just use my pokey tool to take that off, and then all I want to do is allow enough at each side to tie a bow once it's closed. I'm not measuring this exactly. You'll know how long you want the tails and how much you need to tie a bow. I like to leave myself plenty so that I'm not footering about with trying to make it fit because I've cut it too short. So I'm not going to have an awful lot of waste here. So next thing I want to do, now that I've sorted my ribbon, is stick my coffee bag and my tea bags in, and I'm just going to use glue dots to do that. So on my coffee bag I just popped a glue dot in the middle, kind of near the top. It's really just to hold it together until it survives going through the post and arriving with the recipient relatively unscathed, because hopefully they will take them off and enjoy their cup of tea once it arrives. So again, I'm just kind of making sure there's an even border round about, but I'm not being precise about it. So that was a glue dot at the bottom of that tea bag, and then I'm going to put a glue dot kind of near the top in the middle of this one, and then I'm just going to tuck it down behind there and stick it down about there. There we are. And then all I need to do is close it over, bring my ribbon round and tie my knot to hold it together. Oops. There we go. And then you can sort the tails to suit, depending on how long or how short you want them. I'm not going to faff too much, but I'm quite happy with that like that. So I'm just going to trim these tails a little bit here and here. There we are. Okay, so all I need to do now is pop my sentiment on, and I'm being thrifty. I'm going to use the outside bits of my dimensionals, and I'm just looking to see how long a piece I need. Every part of your dimensionals is useful, so don't throw any of them away. And again, snip here and snip here, and that bit along here. Oops, bit of fluff from my jersey, I think. And then because I was popping them in the post, I did make sure I popped another bit just in the middle to make sure that it didn't dip in the middle in the post. There we are. And I just stuck that one to the front. Oops, the right way around preferably. And I eyeballed where was the middle between the ribbon and the bottom of the DSP, and I just made sure I had an equal gap more or less at each side as well. So it's negligible really, because this almost fills the whole width of that DSP anyway. So that's that on there. and I'm going to use these polished dots, which are in the new mini January to June catalogue. You will find them on page, oh I can't remember now and I haven't opened my catalogue, but they are in the new catalogue. Now these are actually very vanilla and calypso coral, but if you come back to the petal pink one, it does look quite pinky because it's so pale, and that worked alongside the petal pink. So I'm going to try it and see what it looks like alongside the fresh freesia, and if it doesn't work, and I'm not sure if that works or not, so if in doubt, don't. I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to bring in the brushed brass butterflies, which are also in the new January to June catalogue, and these are actually one of the free gifts that I got for attending On Stage at Home in November. So I'm going to pop a couple of butterflies on, I think. So I'm going to have a little one, and they're adhesive backed as well, which is great. So I'm going to pop it that way or that way. No, that makes it look upside down. I'm going to pop one there. I'm going to pop a big one, oops, I think maybe just having a wee look at that flower there, and then I'm going to pop another little one, maybe just towards the middle of that flower there, and there we are. That's it, made quick and easy, just like that, and I think those are really pretty. These will also post in the UK for large letter post, so it's not going to be particularly expensive to post, but obviously I had the added cost of the catalogues that I was sending as well. So those are my little tea and coffee pouches. I'll just tie this one back up again, using the lovely Friendly Hello DSP and stamp set combo for a £90 spend in Sale-A-Bration. So I like those, and I hope my customers did as well, and I hope they did enjoy a cuppa while they were having a look at their new catalogue, and certainly looking to see what they would like to choose from the Sale-A-Bration catalogue as well. So don't forget to look below, because there will be a link of all those others who have taken part in this hop. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning. Because it is a blog hop, there are more than just me in it. So do have a look below and keep hopping if you would. You'll see some amazing projects, I have no doubt. And I'm hoping that you'll see quite a few things that you would like to make yourself. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon, but until then, thanks again, take care, and bye bye for now.